Okay, ladies, this is the how-to guide to not get played. I'm gonna tell you a story about a friend of mine. This just happened. She was with her boyfriend for 2.5 years, and they broke up about a month and a half ago. So she's like, Legend. She's like, I'm ready to start dating again. I took a little bit of time to myself, a little bit of time to heal. I said, okay, great. So she goes to tell me she met this guy. She's at the store. She met this guy. She's like, he's tall, he's chocolate, he works out, he's got muscles, blah, blah, blah. And she sounded like she was describing me. I was like, it really sounds like Legend. But anyway, so she's like, she was really impressed by him. And he did what he was supposed to do by saying, he was like, yo, shorty, I'm gonna take you out. And he followed through. They went out 4 times in 1 week. That's intense. I was like, I may need to take a page from his book. 4 times in 1 week. So she said the first date, he says he's going to take her out, and they go out to dinner. And she said, we had a really good time. We were laughing and joking, and he was a total gentleman. And she said on top of that, which really made him stick out from the other guys that have been calling me and trying to get with me, she was like, he texts me good morning, and after he drops me off home, he'll text me and say, yo, babe, I'm home and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow. So she said, I really dug that. She was like, he is really coming on strong. And she said, but in a subtle way. So the second date, he does something fly. They go to get ice cream or whatever, and they go for a walk around the park. Women like that. And she's the type of woman, she makes really good money. She's the type of woman where she doesn't want a guy to have to spend a whole lot of money on her, which is an admirable quality. So second date goes great. And she was like, he's a little bit more aggressive on the second date. He wanted to hold my hand a little. She said, I really like that. Boom. He is winning. But let me tell you, ladies, he didn't know he was winning. Okay, third date, they go out to have a good time. Fourth date, they go out to have a good time. They come down to my club. They're dancing. They're having a great time. She would come by and say hello. She introduced me. Seemed like a really nice guy. He didn't know he was winning. Now, this is where things a lot of times go wrong for you ladies. You have to not let your vagina dictate your moves. You can't do it. It's where you guys always go wrong. And don't get me twisted. Don't get things twisted. People will tell you, oh, I had sex with my dude on the first date and we were together for 10 years. That does happen. But let's be honest. If you live your life by that philosophy, you're going to have so many dicks in you. You're going to have so many dicks hit you in the forehead before you find a halfway decent guy. Because out of 10 guys that you bang on the first or second date, you will be lucky if 2 of them stick around for any type of drama or any type of real relationship. Most of them, if you have sex on the second or the first or second date or whatever the case may be, or what we determine as to be easy, what your relationship does, it goes really intense, really high, really quickly, and then it fizzles really fast because your relationship is only built on the fact that you gave up the cha-cha really quickly. And who doesn't love quick cha-cha? You know what I'm saying? He's not going to turn it down. No guy turns down quick cha-cha. That's why we try to screw you so fast. But anyway, don't listen to, what happens is we listen to the music, and the music tells you, give up the ass, give up the ass, give up the ass. And the same rappers and R&B singers who telling you, yo, babe, you should fuck on the first date. You should fuck him in the car. The same rappers that tell you that, none of these niggas ever have a real girlfriend most of the time. And the ones that they do end up getting with be the ones that did not give them no ass on the first date. They the ones that they end up being with. But all of you little fast asses, y'all just get fucked and passed aside like a blunt. Y'all get fucked once, fucked twice, fucked 3 times, and then the drama start, and then y'all get passed to the next nigga. It's just how it is. But if you're simple and you keep doing it, you never, like I told my friend, I said, you can't really be a queen if everybody keeps passing you around. And she said, she had to learn, she's like, people don't pass me around. I said, well, no one ever really stays with you. And she said that, she was like, Legend, you're right. She was like, the guys that I like don't really stay that long. But the guys that like her, that just want to be with her, she don't want them. They don't know goofballs. But the ones that she actually liked, she was like, it hit her like an epiphany. She was like, guys don't stay very long. She was like, and then the drama start. And I said, yeah. I said, because baby, you're fucking gorgeous, but you just make it too easy. And it took her so long. It had to smack her in the head and smack her in the head and smack her in the head before one day she called me and admitted. But that's another friend. That's a whole nother situation. Okay. Back to this guy. The guy is winning. He's calling her in the morning. He's texting her. He's calling her in the evening. And she's like, I love the fact that he picks up the phone. So I was like, well, what's wrong? She was like, nothing. So the fourth date, No, actually, I'm sorry. Back the third date, he wanted to come in her apartment, and she was like, no, I had a really good time, but I don't think that's a good idea. And he was real cool about it. She said, so when she called me, she was like, I don't like unless I'm ready. And this goes back to something else that you ladies must remember. Do not let us pressure you into sex. You're not a queen if you allow men to pressure you into sex before you're ready. You have to be woman enough to be like, no. That means you have to run your libido. Your libido can't run you. Your libido will put you in a situation to get screwed over and over and over again. You have to be queen enough. You have to be woman enough. You have to have enough confidence in yourself enough to be like, if I won't have sex with this man, if he doesn't like me, fuck him. Because that's all he's going to do to you is fuck you over. You're going to have a night of fucking probably decent sex, and then it's going to be like, he's just going to drop your fucking heart on the floor. So she says, I told him, she said, I had a really good time. And she was woman enough to be like, no, but I'll call you. And she said, we kissed in the car. Boom. Very good. So the fourth date, they go out. It's raining like a mug. It's good that it started raining because they were just fighting on my block. It got real hood real quick. So the fourth date, after they left the club that night, he invited her back to his house. And she was like, no, but thank you. And he should have realized that he was winning because she was all in his face at the club. So he was already winning. All he had to do was just be patient. A woman that makes you wait a little while, but while still showing you attention, is a woman that a man will typically value. He will typically value, because in my mind, I'm thinking, she doesn't fuck niggas that easy. This is the type of woman that I would want as a girlfriend, because she's showing me affection, showing me that she likes me, but she's still queen enough, woman enough to be like, no, legend. Now, if she's not showing me that she's interested, I could understand why a guy would be like, well, she's just going out with me for dinners. She doesn't really like me. She's just using me because she doesn't want to be in a house. I could understand why I or another guy would be like, nah, I'm cool. We ain't looking for the same shit. But if she's holding my hand, she's reciprocating affection, she's letting me kiss her, she's letting me know that she's interested, she just doesn't move that quickly. And a woman who doesn't move that quickly is a woman that I can respect in the long run and want to have a real fucking relationship, because I'm like, she don't just give the pussy to this nigga, that nigga, that nigga. Her self-esteem is not so low that a nigga who will, because what happens is, a lot of times women's self-esteem, not all women, but some girls' self-esteem is so low that they're so happy to have a man sit on the phone with them and listen to them and let them vent about their problems, that they're like, oh, he's pursuing me, and then they'll sleep with you. And they make it so fucking easy. And when you're smart, you start to see that pattern with girls. So you're like, all I gotta do is just let her talk. You're like, and then she'll come over, and then she'll wanna fuck. Anyway, back to this situation. So he calls her up, and he's like, this is after the fourth date. No, I'm sorry, she calls him up. She's all happy to talk to him. So she calls him, she's like, I want to talk to him. I like him. We getting along. So she calls him on the phone, and he's like, different. Different. And she was like, it's a different vibe. It's a different vibe on the phone tonight. So he goes, all his energy, all that good energy he had went away. It's just like, yo, what's up? I mean, I was going to call you. I just want, it's just like, I realized that, we're not on the same page. I think we want different things. He didn't know he was winning. So she's sitting there like, what the fuck are you talking about? We've been getting along great. He's like, I'm not really looking for a relationship. So, I think we should just be cool. She said, legend, that was the first awkward conversation we had. And she said, I'm sitting on the phone like, oh, okay, well, that's how you feel. So when she calls me up about it, I was like, she said, well, what was that all about? The breakdown on what that was about was, he felt like he wasn't going to get the pussy. He's used to probably getting the pussy early on because of the dumbass music we listen to and the dumbass reality shows that we're watching all the time that are constantly telling you, yo, you should fuck on the first night. You should fuck, you know what I'm saying? You should fuck on this. You should fuck on the second night. You should find out if y'all two really click. So you should fuck on the first night. And the reality is, think about all of the R&B singers and rappers that are singing that shit in their songs. Most of these motherfuckers go from girl to girl to girl to girl to girl, and the only trophy you get is to say, well, I fucked Offset, or I fucked 50 Cent. What does that really mean to you when you can't get these niggas on the phone? They're not paying your bills. They're not doing shit for you. You just went out with him, got to drive around in a nice car. You fucked him in his car that night, and he don't give a fuck about you. That may seem glamorous, but at the end of the day, you ain't get shit out of it. So anyway, that's probably what he was used to. So because she wouldn't put out, he wasn't interested. So when she called me and asked me about it, I said, shorty, what do you think? She was like, I don't want that. She said, I want to be appreciated. I said, well, let the motherfucker go. Because he doesn't value you enough to want to invest his time in you to really know you. And that's how a lot of our relationships start nowadays. Our relationships start where everybody's fucking on a first and second date. Regardless of how long you know somebody, you don't really know them until you start dating them. And then your relationship goes nowhere. So take this to heart to not get played. Remember this, you must not let your pussy dictate for you. You must dictate for your pussy. Do not let your libido or because you're horny control you. Do not let the fact because he's funny or he's listening to you complain about your life have you break down and fuck this nigga when you really don't know these niggas. And you will, I guarantee you will stop getting played by guys, because people can pretend very well for the first 90 days. If you exercise patience and you say no, you will get to know a person a lot better, and then you will have better fucking outcomes. Because this happens to me all the fucking time. I meet women, and because I'm such a fucking good listener, they be like, and not to tail her off, I'm gonna say this real quick, and we're gonna end this video. Met a girl at the club last week. We exchanged numbers. Called me on the phone. I called her on the phone. She called me on the phone. Over the course of a couple days, she always had something going on. She's complaining about her job and her boss is this and her boss be hating on it. This is so fucking common for women. The boss at her office always trying to give her more work that's not her work. And I just sit there, I just listen. Yeah, he ain't shit. Yeah, he hating on you. She goes, Dyson, you're such a good listener. When are we going to get together? So I said, well, I'm busy today, whatever. So she texts me the next day. She said, are you busy? I said, no, I'm not doing nothing. So she goes, why don't I come over and we can just spend some time together? So I said, for what? I said, what you trying to do? She was like, whatever you're trying to do. Whatever you're trying to do means, dude, if you want to fuck, we can fuck. And I did absolutely nothing except let her vent about her weird ass boss. Luckily for her, I'm not that type of dude, because I was just like, nah, I said, shorty, I'm good. Because bitch, you gotta wine me and dine me. You ain't just gonna come over and jump on my bones and then go about your motherfucking business. But anyway, I digress. That's my life. The story was about my friend's life and how you need to be patient, how you need to see the signs. And like I said, people will pretend very well for the first 3 months, but if you're patient, and I can't exercise this enough, stop listening to these dumbass reality shows give you advice on how to live your life in the real fucking world. All they're gonna do is get you played. You're gonna have so many dicks hit you in your forehead, and you're gonna have so few real men. You're gonna have so many bodies under your belt, and you're gonna have so many poor relationships. Stop listening to these dumbass reality shows. They're giving you the worst fucking advice. Stop listening to these dumbass R&B singers. Stop listening to these dumbass rappers. If a nigga rap about this, but his life is like that, how are you listening to this shit like it's actually decent advice? These rappers rap about, oh, you should start fucking nigga on the first night, find out if you like a nigga. That's bullshit advice. That's advice to get you used. That's advice so they can fuck you. That's advice that young niggas is walking around, and even old niggas is walking around with this. Look, niggas is winning so hard nowadays. Niggas is getting pussy for doing absolutely nothing. And then they walk out of your fucking life. So you ladies are fucking losing. The smart ladies aren't losing, because the smart ladies are like, you're not going to use me. But a lot of you young ladies, and you insecure ladies, and you ones with low self-esteem, you're putting yourself in a position, y'all just getting ran through. And what I know about women is, women typically don't want to be ran through. Even bad girls want consistently. I know women who were straight out there, but when you get to talking to them and you really get to know them, they want a relationship. They want a man who values them and wants to be with them. So if you understand what I'm saying, that's how you get that. Stop listening to Loving Hip Hop and Loving Hip Hop Atlanta, Loving Hip Hop LA. All that bullshit is toxic, because that shit gets you screwed over in the real world. These rappers, R&B singers, all they songs about fucking get you screwed over in the real world. That is not the path to finding a good man for most people. For that 1 out of 10 ladies who fucking they go on a first night and they get married, your chances are 10% of being that way. And 90% of you getting a nowhere relationship that's really hype in the beginning, and that shit fizzles really quick. God, this has been a long one. All right, I'm out of here.